Oh snap, oh snap. What's up, y'all? Welcome one, welcome all to the Jerkmonger Show. Another edition of Epic Doodles live from my studio in Tampa, Florida. That's right, kids. That's right, guys and gals. I am showing off some cool stuff here, but it looks like I have the wrong image here. I'm going to show you guys something. I'm super excited about it. Super stoked. Super jazzed, super pumped up. Oh my goodness gracious, googly moogly. That's right, kids. We have our first, count it, our first MINIMONGER pins coming out this weekend. We're going to be, Andy and I are headed over to a show in Orlando called Spooky Empire, and we're going to be debuting our new enamel pins. We're super excited about this. I just posted this on Instagram. So if you are at all interested in this sort of material, check it out. It's going to be cool. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, look at the Jason. Look at the Jason. That's right, kids. If you go to what is it? BigBriceDesigns.com, you will find these mini mongers, little mini guys ready to go crazy on your lapel. We're really excited, man. This is the good stuff right here. There goes the backing right there, so you can kind of see how it's gonna look. There's the Cthulhu and his backing. So yeah, man, we're definitely pumped up, definitely excited, definitely stoked about this new project. I hope you guys will enjoy it. I'm going to put the link in the description. Actually, I'll put that in there now because, frankly, what's the point if you don't know where it is? You know, what's the point? So I'll make sure that the description is squared away. I'm going to say here, pick up the MINIMONGER. The colon there because it works better. Horror monger pins at BigBriceDesigns.com. That should get you there. Go ahead and hit save changes. So yeah, you can click. I think it's going to be a link. I hope it's a link. That would suck if it wasn't. But anyway, I hope you guys are digging it. I'm super stoked. I'm very excited. Yeah, man, we're looking forward to it doing well at the MonsterCon. Thank you, Lafayette. Thank you, Rodwell. Benjamin, how you doing? What's up, brother? What's good? Retro Graphic Books, what's good? I'm good. I'm doing great, man. I'll tell you what's good is these MINIMONGERs, bro. These MINIMONGERs. And you know what? I'm really excited also because it's going to create, it's another way for me to explore some of my interests beyond just your typical, superhero stuff. And I say typical, not because it's that typical, but because, let's face it, people do superhero stuff all the time. This way, we can actually explore the idea and come up with some goodies for the peoples. So I'm excited. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna just show you Cthulhu one more time. So that's it for now. That's all for that. I wanted to show you those things. So I'm gonna stop showing that, and I'm gonna show you where I'm at with my designs. I'm very excited about this as well. I have my phone on because I know at some point I'm gonna need to answer it, kids. So please bear with me so you can kind of see some of my design work. This has all been evolving. Kind of excited about some of these concepts that I'm putting out here, getting some things together. So let's go ahead and contribute to this madness. I'm going to put my tools on this side and go ahead and put this back on. Oops, gotta check out the chat. Hey, E. Ortiz, how are you? What up, my man? Ikari Press is in the house. For those of you who may or may not know, hey, I tell you what, Ikari, I'm gonna do you one better, bro. I'm gonna do you one better, homie. I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna take us real quick. For those of you who may or may not know, Ikari Press is my good friend Antonio Brice, and he has an IndiGogo campaign that's still in the store mode, and I would love for you guys to check it out. It is called The Brand. I'm looking it up right now so you guys can see it. I'm really excited about that project. I did back it. So here it is, or Brand by Antonio Brice and Kanan White. Kanan White is a phenomenal artist, and they're so close to funding it at 50,000, which would be a huge help to them to get this project up and running and over to produce more of that book. So I want to encourage all of you who may or may not be aware that you should check this out. This is a great book, and the artwork is amazing on it. Retro Graphic Book says that mini Jason is dope. It reminds you of One Paku Graffiti. Well. Grace Zant says, Elliot has received my black and red yesterday. I love it. Beautiful art book. Thank you. You got it, Grace. Thank you so much for ordering it and contributing and supporting me on IndiGogo. And here's Antonio Brice's book, Brand, him and Kanan White. Check that out. Eric Weathers says, hey, everyone, how you doing? And Rodwell says, oh, snap, these sketches look fantastic. Well, thank you, man. But check out this stuff. Check it out. Check out, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the product here. This IndiGogo concept here, or book campaign, not a concept, but the concept of the book is very deep. It's very deep, like I would almost call like a gothic horror adventure concept. Here's some of the artwork by Kanan White. Here's a cool image of this character called Dark Santana. If Brice were on here, I'd have him describe it to you. And look at all this goodness. All this goodness. Look at that. Look at that. Tell me you don't want to read about that. Look at that nonsense. Holy moly. Brand is definitely not a kid's book. I'm writing for adults. So there you go. There you go, guys. Check this stuff out. Very cool. Very cool. So it has been funded, but it can be further funded so that they can produce even more content. And that's the whole goal, is to take this to another level. So I really want to implore you all and encourage you all to consider participating in this and getting some love transferred over to this book. And Ikari, I'm not sure if you're interested in joining me. I would be happy to invite you on if you want to talk about your book while I draw my concepts here. Isn't that cool? Retro, the Dark Santana concept. Make a mini Dark Santana pin. Oh, Matty Sava, you don't even know. I am actually going to be producing some mini mongers for him, so it looks dope. Oh my gosh, Ceci Party is hilarious. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing there, but I am going to go ahead and invite. I'm going to go ahead and invite Mr. Antonio. I haven't been on here for a minute, so I'm trying to get myself squared away here. Where you at, brother? Where you at? So this is just, you don't have to come on board, brother, but if you decide you want to, the invitation is there. All righty. Oh, whoa. I'm still sharing. Oops. Close and stop. All right. Sorry, didn't mean to dox anybody. Let's see. The number pins on the Big Bridge site. Can't find them. Not so magnets and stickers. 3D Robin, they're going to be coming. These are pictures from the manufacturer. It's all coming in house, and we're very pumped up about it. So it's going to be here by the 25th, and we'll be taking it out to Orlando. And then after that, we'll have product to put up on the site, depending how the sales go at that show. So there you go. Sorry, Tom. Sorry. You showed us too much. I'm sorry. Well, it wasn't anything crazy. It was a quick glance. All right. So I'm in the middle here of working on my got tacos coming. Let's see. Cool. Sorry, I missed the first 5 minutes of the stream. No problem, 3D. No problem. That's the way it goes, man. That's the way it goes. But so I am developing more concept, and right now I have a character. Let's see, it's 1:23. I don't want to be here too long. I gotta take care of some stuff today, but I'm definitely making time for this idea because I want to definitely. Yeah, what's wrong with Taco Tuesday? E, Mr. Ortiz, what's wrong with Taco Tuesday? You love us comic book creators. Good, good, good. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. I'm excited about all this stuff. So this is, a fun concept here. At this point, I already have kind of mapped out my concepts and as far as the idea for the story. So I'm kind of not my thing. Don't want to eat tacos. I can't eat it. Don't you show no more. Fantasy, steampunk, or mythological? Maybe all three, Tommy. Maybe all three. Tacos sound good right about now. 10:24 in the morning. Sean, it is 1:24 over here, and I'm going to tell you right now, tacos are pretty good most times. I fell off the wagon, folks. I was doing pretty good on my diet. Today I botched it. I got to go pick up some medication from my pharmacist later, and I'm not happy with myself right now. I messed up, but you know, I gotta get back on the saddle here. I gained a few pounds, and I'm not happy with that. And I'm rolling, not coming to, but I'm rolling into the holiday season, and I don't want to go in there like a fat hog because that will just totally destroy my momentum. I was doing so well earlier in the year, and now I need to kind of pull back on some of the. I started getting a little lax. That's what happened. I started doing well on my diet, started getting a little lax, and then the next thing you know, I'm eating junk food again, and I don't want to do that. Always another day. There's not always another day, man. I had an interesting brush with the Grim Reaper this year, and I don't want to have that again. So not every day is promised, brother. So you better take care of what you got while you got it, and don't hurt yourself in the process, right? All right, so yeah. Well, I mean, it's always another day for tacos, I guess. I can't eat tacos because of the meat. I'm trying not to eat meat. I fell off the wagon on that way in regard to, and actually, it's not been helping me. In fact, every time I try to eat something I'm not supposed to eat anymore because of my recent diet shifting, man, I pay for it something fierce. And I'm not talking about, your typical jokes. I know you guys gonna make jokes. I'm talking about just my body feels poisoned by this food that everyone's eating. Like I can't I can't believe I would be interested. I guess there's just enough strength in that food to entice you. You kind of want to eat stuff, and it just makes me sick, like a poison. Do not know if there's a clockwork or steam tech on the CG books yet. Hmm. Well, well, what do you know? Welcome, Tommy, to my world. Sorta. So yeah, so here Retro says, I started Comics Get Fit back in April 220, but now I'm down to 173 and feeling great. No way. No way. No way, man. That's fantastic. Sean says, from Thanksgiving to New Year's is the diet killing time of the year. Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to do that. And I don't want to listen, I've been feeling good eating the way I've been eating. I feel great. There's no reason to go back to that life. But like today, I fell under the spell, man. I was busy trying to get some things done, squared away. I was running around, and then what happens? Boom! I went to the gas station. There it is, Krispy Kreme donuts. My weakness, my kryptonite, the very thing that can destroy a man's life, all packed in a little round circle of love with icing, and that icing is devil's icing. And yeah, man, I fell for it, and as soon as I ate it, I felt gross. And it's not a stomach thing, it's a gross thing. Retro says, salads and walking was all I did. Treadmill and life cast. See, that's what I'm talking about. I got to get back into the walking. That did help me in the very beginning, especially for my blood sugar issues. So I got to get back to that. I got to get back to that. So I don't know about you guys, but I like the voluptuous lips on a woman. So I tend to draw that a lot. And so forgive me. I'm sure there are women out there who are beautiful with thinner lips, but I gotta be honest with you, man. I gotta be honest with you. I like the bembas, as we say in Spanish. The bembas are nice. Krispy Kreme are good though. They are. Ortiz, they are. Tommy says, should do more kettlebell training myself. Work on computers, harsh and back. 45 minutes a week does wonders. Yeah, I've never done a kettlebell thing. I doubt that I'll ever do a kettlebell. But I'm glad that there are people like you out there who are willing. Sean says, fact, Ortiz, facts. Oh, man. So, yeah. So I'm kind of just drawing my generic female face, although I think I want to make her eyes longer. I want to give her, make her more seductive than typical. This is a bad Mama Jamma woman. She'll destroy your life if you're lucky. I also had a lot of coffee. And because I was having all this sugar, then I had this coffee that didn't have really, it had sugar-free stuff in it. And the caffeine, like it just collided. My sugar problem was like, have a nap. Then my caffeine was like, yeah, but while you're napping, don't sleep. Like, So I've been jittery for the last 2-3 hours. Don't like that feeling either. Baby, I can't fight this feeling anymore. I've forgotten what I started fighting for. Did you try the coffee and queso? No, they don't. I can't get that like at normal. Like I can't. They don't make that at Dunkin' Donuts, man. And I normally drink the cold brew because I like it as caffeinated as possible. So they don't have it that. Although I guess I could ask, but I don't think they serve it. I don't think they have that cheddar that I want that goes with the coffee. I don't think they got it. I don't think they got it. But I would have it. I would have it if they had it. I would try it again. I would have some more. Usually it's in like family things, like when there's like birthday parties and my mom's there, someone will make it. And to be honest with you guys, you could call it a ghetto delicacy. It comes from where I grew up in the Bronx, in the city, and Puerto Rico in general. So it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. What happened to YOLO? YOLO. Who's YOLO? Who's YOLO? Elliot, do you go to Heroes Con in Charlotte, North Carolina? I want to get my Hellboy print signed and hopefully pick something new. I might go next year. It hasn't been a very fruitful show for me in recent last couple years, so I stopped. I skipped this last year. I do love that show. I mean, and I tell you what, if things go good with our business and Big Bridge, as it gets better. What's up, Sketch? As it gets better, I think I would like to do that show. I'd rather attend that show than actually exhibit at that show. I'd rather just meet my friends and stuff like that. ¿Qué es la que, papá? Buenos días. Yeah. I'm here, man. I'm here. Hopwood, when is it? Charlotte is usually, I think, in June. It's a June show. So yeah, that'd be cool. It's a great show, man. It's one of my favorite shows to do. Hey guys, if you like anything I'm doing here, if you like any of the cool goodies, go ahead and click on the like button. And I know sometimes you only live once. Oh, so wait, what happened to YOLO? What to YOLO? You only live once. Well, you do only live once. That's why I gotta be careful what I eat. Gotta be careful because I gotta make whatever I'm living count. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not me. Not me. Not me. All right, so I want her to be very sultry. Yeah, SuperCon is something we did SuperCon down here in the South in this last year. It was in Fort Lauderdale. It's supposed to go back to Miami. We might do that again next year, but I'm WM. When here does the coffee. Okay, so you're in Washington State? Man, you'd be surprised. He's got to find the right. He's got to find the right. What do you call it? The right Puerto Rican joint. Puerto Rican joints are everywhere. They're not. They're harder to find out in the West Coast, but they're. I mean, you can do it. I know you can do it. I know you can. I know you can. I used to find them when I was in the Army. I was stationed over in Tacoma, and it was cool. Sketch says, I saw a Cthulhu on the preview. You're gonna do a Cthulhu character series like you did a horror movie series? Well, let me show you. Let me show you real quick. Let me show you Cthulhu. I'm just gonna show you my thing. Check this out. Bam! Bam! Check it out, Sketch. Check it out, party people, as if you're still living, and get on down to the old slick rhythm. That's right, y'all. That's right. Cthulhu live in full effect. So is Jason, Michael Myers, and Freddy. Boom. This is the back. So I just wanted to show you guys, just real quick. Just that's it. That's all I want to show you. That's all I want to show you. That's it. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get. That's all you get right there. Bam. Okay. Let's see. I am an old hip hop head. How you know? That's because I'm an old man. That's because I'm an old head in general. I'm so old. No, I wonder. UGAC, what's going on? Ellie, I can stick around, but I'm literally holding my copy of a Black and Red I just picked up from the front office. So excited to open this bad boy up and hopefully not die from excitement. I'm super excited for all you guys. Thank you guys so much, man, for the support. It's been incredible. Incredible. This look damn cool, says Tommy. What do you know about this lady you are doing now? I'm not going to share. I've been sharing way too much because I'm an old hip hop head myself. I know, Ortiz. I know. I get it. Did the Black and Reds with sketches ship out yet? No, that's what I'm working on today and tomorrow and into the show. So I will be working on that this week into the weekend and try to get them all done before Halloween and out in the mail. So that's the goal. That is the goal. That's what I'm planning on. Sketch Therapy says, my niece would love those. Can we get one on adults? Something that shakes my belief in this plane of existence and reaffirms my faith in God. You did a little one, just his head a while ago when Ben was on. What are you talking about? Are you talking about us? My niece would love those. Can we get one for adults? You mean like a pin? Talking about the pins? Maybe. I mean, we're starting out with these. This is for our MINIMONGER line. There might be something we can do that's more for the maybe even black and red pins, but we're not there yet. Love you, man. Keep it going. I'll catch this later. Right on. You think Hugh? Is it Hugh? You got? I like that pinhead you did. You did a Michael Myers too. Oh yeah. Right on. Thank you. I'm not sure if this is even a hairstyle here. I'm just making this up as I go along. I'm thinking, I like the idea of, I like this when I see women do this thing here with the hair here and then kind of pull it back up. I'm not sure this is the right thing yet, but or maybe it's just a, what did I do with my eraser? I don't have it now. What do you want to do with it? Don't know what I did with it. Sorry. So I'm just going to do that for now. I can't seem to find my Kneaded eraser. Oh, it's right there. So I have a magnet on it, so it's hanging up. I'll have to pick that up in a second. So I think I'm going to give her super sexy, sultry, even snake eyes. Never trust a woman with cat eyes or snake eyes. Bad for your health. That's what I was thinking. Enough, do right? Something like that. Maybe something like this instead. Maybe I can give her. This is what's cool about this stuff. This is what I love about fantasy, is that you don't have to. That's because she had that coffee. You don't have to. You don't have to adhere to typical rules. You know, that's why someone asked me recently, you know, what's going on with this hairstyle, this one character, whatever. Like, you know, that's what's the beauty of fantasy, man. You can do whatever you want with fantasy. Create your own style, create your own look, you know, whatever, you know. And it could be loosely based on an idea, you know. That's always cool. But the goal is to try to invent something fresh. Fresh dressed like $1,000,000 through all my ballad shoes and my fly green socks. So maybe there's some sort of like metal band that ties the hair in the middle. I don't know. Inventing stuff here. All right, so might be overkill having the long earrings and this long sideburn things. Yeah, you can't trust a chick with smoky eye. She'll bring you to a Krispy Kreme donut and have you hurt. It's true. It's true. Yeah, I'm gonna give her some more shading. Sketch says, I want the most realistic Cthulhu you can do, so when the mood hits you, tell yourself, you know what? Today I want to test my skill at horror scary monster. Maybe try Cthulhu. I don't want to push it though. I'll see, man. I'll see. I normally don't usually because I only have time to finish the work that I have on the docket. But that's definitely something to consider because I do enjoy drawing him. It's just and it's just not even him. I've never really drawn him technically, right? Because they're always so different. Oh, I was just wondering.
All right, all right.
My man.
What's going on with you? Play the tacos just got here. That's why I was like, waiting for tacos to roll up.
Well, don't show them to me because I'll get hungry and Tara makes me have these unappetizing things to eat with my diet, so I don't want to be scared.
Well, the only thing, there was one of these little Mexican places. It's called Hernandez. Hernandez Mexican Grill, and I forgot to order the sopa pepilla.
Wow. You should have asked for that. I'm not even gonna tell you. You should have asked for the coffee with the cheese. They don't have it.
They probably don't. A lot of these places like Taco Bell, it's just watered down versions.
Yeah, I know. It's not a Mexican thing either, so it wouldn't happen there. But
yeah, because when I have Mexican people tell me that's not really, I'll be like,
yeah, oh well. Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find someone that actually does the coffee thing. I guess you'd find like a good coffee Cuban place or a Puerto Rican place. We were just talking about that in the chat earlier. So look at that partay time, Sean Tillman says. He knows.
Man.
When Antonio's here. What happened?
I'm just saying we've been making moves with that podcast, man. We're getting it syndicated.
Yeah.
I just heard back from Google. So so we're syndicated on Google now, just waiting on iTunes. So we're everywhere now, except for iTunes. We're on Spotify, TuneIn, Stitcher, and Google Play. Oh yeah, SoundCloud.
I like that. Oh yeah, SoundCloud. Bam.
So yeah.
Got that nugget.
So, well, I mean, the only thing we're missing is iTunes. So once we get the thumbs up from iTunes, we'll literally be everywhere. So that's the thing. I'm growing past this YouTube thing. Whatever this other stuff is going on, I'm going past that. That's I'm trying to take. You know, I told Ethan, I said I'm finna make $1 million, man. He was like, I know. I was like, I'm finna make $1 million. That's what it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make it with you. We're gonna both be $1 million men, made men, self-made men.
Oh,
So I was talking to people are asking about some Dark Santana mini mongers.
definitely need that.
Uh,
I can't wait to see what you come up with on that. Actually,
did you see the pins that I posted?
yeah, those look dope.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. Yeah,
Everybody keeps asking me to add extra perks. I want to add more perks, but the sales are getting, they're slower now that we're in store mode.
yeah, yeah.
And, if we were getting, more new backers, then I could see if it was feasible, because like I said, a little pin set, that would be dope.
Well, I just thought about it. I'm going to go ahead and get the link here and put it in the description below so that everyone who comes by here or after, I don't get as many views as everybody else does, but regardless, those of you who are interested, so check out brand. I'm capitalizing everything. No, Brice. Is it Brice with a? Let's see. Yeah.
BRICE.
IndiGogo. I just put in the link. Save changes. You want to watch page. All right. So that's just so that people can see it. So whoever comes by now or later, they'll be able to see that and be able to hopefully will stumble upon that while it's still in store mode. You say you're going to shut that down in December, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be open until December.
So guys, if you are interested, I know some people here have already supported it. Grace has supported it. Let's see. Thomas says, from Cthulhu Mythos, I love seeing versions of Migos and Deep Ones. Is it Migos or Migos? Every new imagination is great. King in Yellow and Nyarlathotep in human form are cool too. Man, I gotta get up on that. I don't know all the details about all the creatures. I just know mostly Cthulhu and Shug Yoggoth. I pay attention to that. That's all that Lovecraft stuff. But anyway, but going back to Bran, well, Bran kind of has a little bit of that kind of feel to it. It has a bit of an apocalyptic. Anytime that you have some kind of like spiritual connotation or something that's happening on another plane of reality, it can easily be considered in a form or another some sort of like, has some Lovecraftian elements in it. I think that's just because his work inspired so much in our culture. But it goes beyond that, though, right? What would you say your story brand had its deepest roots in?
I'd say it's more. Obviously, I built on religious themes, but it was more a lot of Japanese anime type stuff. That really influenced a lot of the initial concepts and ideas that I had. It was, just watching stuff like Voltron, watching Ronin Warrior. Like I've talked about Ronin Warriors a million times.
Oh, that's the one with the guys. They all have like armor, like they're like there's a red and white guy and
yeah.
Yeah. I think I have a DVD.
Hard rock, all that kind of stuff. So those ideas kind of created the idea of a power up where he'll join with the mask and then he'll get stronger. So, and now I had been sitting on that for a while, Kanan drew, because I've been asking him to draw the different variations of David, i.e., Fat David, and then Big Prime David. So, you know, I had David created with my face, and the whole point is it was supposed to be like a Billy Batson, Captain Marvel type situation where David kind of he powers up and then he becomes this kind of big, like 6'8" hulking guy, that's not a big fat guy. So that's something that I revealed, a couple weeks ago, where he's not just gonna, he's gonna, like, in his normal form, he's just gonna be like this kind of fat nerdy guy with glasses, and then he'll just kind of hulk up, and then he can merge with his mask and stuff and get even stronger.
Man, I can't wait to read Brand. It is such a deep story that I can't wait to see all of it come together. You got Billy Batson concepts in there. You have dark Christmas stuff going on in there. I'm just excited, man. Plus, I like Christmas, so go figure.
So trust me. Like I said, a lot of that stuff is on the IndiGogo. A lot of those images, and I've done YouTube videos on some of the different thoughts that we've had, some of the ideas that I had for for the comic book series and some of the character concepts and stuff. So I mean, Kanan is hard at work on it, and I am very, very much looking forward. Like I said, I know he's about 10 pages of layouts in. He's got 20 pages of my script already, and I'm working on the other 28 pages that I have to give him. Might be able to give him a couple more today. So.
Well, I'm saying, I think you've told me a lot about your story, but it's such a deep story. I want to see it, like, because you've always told it to me like in parts and pieces. So I'm like, okay, I caught that, or maybe I just understood it that way. It's nice to. It's gonna be really cool to see it all kind of play out, just like chronologically and laid out. What's the word for that? Like just in its totality, just see it come together. It's gonna be really awesome.
Well, this thing, and there's so many of the like backstories that I want to tell. Some of that will be taken care of in the A Crazy Night story arc. But there's a story that I really want to tell called The Vow, and it's gonna be like a 19-year-old David, and him and his first love, Melissa, who's she'll be in Brand. It's like, because like David Craven's in his 40s, and he met Melissa in high school, and he fell in love with her, and they were kind of friends, and then they turned into something else. And then for whatever reason, he wasn't able to, actually be with her, but they remained friends. And, they should have gotten married. And then obviously, like I said, didn't work out. And then David falls in love with Dawn. And so he's going to end up kind of, Melissa's going to kind of feel like, damn, I should be married to David. You know what I'm saying? And why, it is going to be that kind of deal. But like I said, I told Kanan to make her look sexy, because I want Melissa to look real sexy, like Dawn looks sexy. So,
all the sexy time, sexy party.
Hey man, I thought about having you on it. Like, we had Doug to Naples come on. That was a good show. Like you said, we were. It was a different sexy party though, because obviously Doug doesn't.
But, yeah.
But we talked. He. I didn't know that he had worked like at an AIDS hospice and stuff like that. We had real, serious conversation. So it was like, okay, it was different. But that's what I want the show to be. It's supposed to be just like frank adult talk. It's supposed to be, about everything. It'll be about, you know, I'll be like, so I went to the movies the other night and this happened. You know, it's just gonna be that kind of thing. That's what the podcast is going to be. It's growing. Obviously, I'm starting to get the SoundCloud streams in. I'm shocked by some of the responses I've been getting on SoundCloud. I was like, man, because the syndication is really, and now, like I said, within the next 24 hours, we should be fully live on Google Play.
Wow, man, that's so cool.
Yeah, so I'm like, dude, I'm trying to tell you, man, we're gonna take over. Me and Sashi, you know, that's the thing. We're gonna take over.
Taking over the airwaves.
That's the thing, man. I know I talked to Ethan the other night. He was just talking about, man, he's like, I'm so proud of what you've done. And I was like, I just need an opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
Once I got the opportunity, it's a wrap. I'm not gonna sit around and wait on anything to happen. I'm gonna make things happen. So
right on, man. Right on.
So what do you do? What are you drawing? Just character concepts, or?
Well, I'm trying to define who the enchantress is.
Mm.
So I'm playing around with ethnicities here. I want her to feel mega sexy as well as she ought to be, but I will also want something more exotic. You know, the I don't know, just sometimes a beautiful black woman just always fits the bill for me as far as the exoticness of that, and especially like if I always enjoyed. I got this idea about like this neck thing here that she's wearing here. But I want to do something, but I feel like I'm gone too simple with her hair. I want her to be really like something special. Could do the cornrow thing. That's typical now. Everybody does cornrows.
Yeah, everybody does cornrows. You know, I had what was it? I had John Malin on last night, and he was telling me about he drew some character with dreads, and the Marvel editorial people was like, "No, you got to change that. That's cultural appropriation." And I was like, it was too much. I was like, I can't believe that you had to sit down and have conversations with these people with a straight face.
Well, you know, it is kind of weird. I've been listening to watching some interesting videos on YouTube and stuff. And I'm just kind of like, see, I like her, but she doesn't look threatening enough. You know, like this woman looks like she could bite your face off with fangs. This woman looks like she's like, hey, she's pretty, but with this, she looks she's smiling too much too. Maybe I have to stop the smiling. That'll help.
Before you add the detail on the one at the bottom there, she kind of looks like that one character on Silverhawks, the one that was kind of bronze.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I looked at it, I was like, is he drawing what was it, Pip or whatever from Silverhawks? I can't remember.
I'm trying to be creative with the hair. I just don't know what to do. Like I could go straight, and that's more viperous, you know. That's kind of cool. In my mind, I want this enchantress to have some kind of snake motif. I don't like the collar on her.
Okay, I like that.
Her eyes need to be longer too. More sultry. That's part of the problem. She wasn't sultry enough. He was too like, hey, what's going on, kids? Pidge. Everybody's talking about Pidge now. Silverhawks. Sean Tillman said, preach, a beautiful black woman shout out. Yeah. Oh man. I remember one of my first art projects in art school. I did a portrait of Iman. Remember Iman?
Yeah, it was married to David Bowie.
Yeah, David Bowie. Yeah. She had done a photo shoot where she was painted in gold. She just took a dip in gold paint. Gorgeous woman, man. I tell you what. And it was just so cool. When you do portraiture, it's such a great experience for the artist, because you're really kind of diving deep into like the exploration of the features. and you get to really study what beauty is versus, you know, there's beauty that we think we see, and then there's beauty when you actually like a sculptor must have like an incredible sense of beauty when you see how they approach it. There's also this is one girl I follow. I think she's Puerto Rican and black on Instagram. She's a beautiful, beautiful woman. And I tell you, and every time I see her, I'm like, man, she does like a cosplay of a black Wonder Woman. She's just gorgeous, just gorgeous. And I just love how what she brings to that idea of the Amazon is something else. See, I like her lips being really, really full, but it might be too full. So let's reduce a little bit.
I follow some of those cosplayers on Instagram. There's one Instagram I follow, Chocolate City Comics, and he's got like 50,000 followers. He posts up a lot of black cosplayers, and you'll see people dressed up like like Black Captain America, you know, Black Wolverine, you know, Black Batman, you know. So it's like, okay.
Well, this girl is connected to I can't remember her name off the top of my head because I think I only know her by her Instagram handle, but she I drew her as Wonder Woman, as a matter of fact. But she is connected with the guys that do Tuskegee Airs. Have you seen that?
Oh, the comic book? Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow some of those guys, yep.
She's connected to some of them. I forget how, but they're friends, or she's still connected. You know, I think they were maybe at one point she dated one of them, the artist, I think. Mark, is it Mark the Visual it goes by?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I follow him. Yeah, Mark the Visual. Yeah, he's dope, man. Yeah, that dude is dope, man.
Yeah, she always rocks his shirts when he produces a new shirt. She's just stunning. She's a little thing though. She's super short. Oh yeah, yes. We're having our own sexy party here. I'm revealing too much. I gotta wait for the show. But yeah, man, I like the way, but I think my enchantress needs to be long. I want her to be as long as possible, like a long body. Let's see. Ortiz says, "Did you all know Captain America wears the Puerto Rican flag as a uniform? So technically, he's Captain Puerto Rico. Yeah, except he's not wearing a triangle though. He's not wearing a triangle.
And Puerto Rico's a U.S. territory, so there you go.
Well, that's true. So done, done and done. See, I want to take her cleavage lower. I'm gonna take this outfit.
That was another thing I talked about with Malin when they start changing his artwork. You know, he would draw stuff and it would get approved. And then they put the cover out and they done airbrushed the cleavage and made everything weird.
That's ridiculous, man. That is
ridiculous. Yeah, like he just told him, you know, he owed him 5 issues and he was like, yeah, when this is over, I'm done. I gotta get out of here.
It's got to be hard, man. If you're in the middle of doing something that's significant and it's your work of choice, this is what you've been building up to, and then they keep second guessing everything you do, that could be super frustrating. You don't always have the opportunity to bounce, but if you can, you know, that's always the dream. It's like, I'm done. Take this job and shove it. I did it for years, man. I was working for the old company I used to work at, doing the t-shirts. I remember there was always those moments that I just like, how do you tell me what's supposed to be on this design? I'm the one creating it. Yeah, but we want more of this, more of that. Super frustrating. And then when it wasn't right, oh, they would blame me. Like, no, I told y'all what to do, but y'all stupid. But I'll be all right. I'm all right now. Sean Tillman says, dude, Antonio making me hungry. I do have cupcakes in the fridge.
Yeah, man. I'm tearing this stuff up, bro.
You're causing everybody here to stumble on food choices. What's up, Geek Out Loud? How you doing, man?
My man Dave right there. You know, he got this whole thing rolling for me, man.
Who's that?
Geek Out Loud.
Oh.
Did I not tell you that story?
Uh-uh.
All right. So I was asleep. And I I woke up and all these messages was on my Twitter and stuff. And apparently he had saw the campaign and he tweeted it to like Ethan Van Sciver, Diversity in Comics, Mike S. Miller, I think Captain Cummings and stuff like that. He tweeted that to a bunch of people. Everybody ignored it except Mike. Mike was on air with Ethan Van Sciver. And then he showed Brand, he did screen share and he showed Brand right there on the air. And I was on, like I said, that was my second campaign. I was on Kickstarter and we were dying. We were dying of slow death.
Dying on the vine.
So, yeah, man, it was, you know, when Mike saw it and he showed Brand on the air, and then Mike reached out to me and had me come on his show. And then him and Edwin started trying to help me, you know, and the next thing you know, Ethan reached out to me and yeah, man, that was like that. I think that tweet and the gumbo video I made definitely changed my life. So if he hadn't done that, then because like Ethan saw the work and he was like, yeah, and he just kept moving, and then you know people kept like, hey man, Brand, and he was like, oh, and he just like, and then he just happened to see the video that I made on YouTube when I was making gumbo, and then he left a message on my YouTube page, and after that, you know, he started following me on Twitter and he sent me a DM, and he said, I'm gonna blow your big time. And I got all nervous. I was like, oh shit, all right, cool, man, let's do it. Yeah. And so yeah, that literally, you know, like I'm saying, when I'm looking back now and you know, all the things that have happened since then, that was definitely a significant moment. So Mr. Dave, Geek Out Loud, you know it. I thanked you, but you know, I know you know. So there you go.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, Geek Out Loud's a huge supporter for me as well. Always willing to share and chat with me and stuff like that. I always appreciate that.
So,
what do you think about this so far? I like it.
Well, it doesn't look like Pidge anymore. That's good.
Yeah. Well, there's that. True. I think I'm modeling her after Storm, I think, in my head. So she might have even the white hair. Might be kind of cool. But I see her like in a green dress, almost like Viper. And maybe she's got some sort of necklace here, since I already drew a thing there. Maybe she's got some sort of, maybe a cobra or something. I don't know. I want her, I think what I'm going to have her do, I'm going to have her control a giant serpent. So that's where I want to. So instead of a dragon, I want it to be like a snake. Maybe bring out a little bit of my G.I. Joe love affair. Cobra. So maybe she's got the dark lids.
But but Dave, actually, I've always said when I mailed the comic books out that she was gonna get a little something extra. So I definitely I do need to get up with you because I want to send you some shirts and stuff. I want to send you a couple of shirts from my store and stuff. And but I need to get your sizes and all that. But just send me a DM because I definitely want to send you some stuff.
Oh snap! Definitely getting some love. I could sense the love.
I'm just saying, man. I almost got 50 racks now. I'm very appreciative.
Yeah, man. I got 19 people in the house right now. I'm hoping that they'll at least buy one more. Maybe someone.
Well, I mean, I retweeted it. I retweeted the thing, so hopefully some people will see that and come in. If not, there's always good replay value.
I'm gonna share this. I didn't even share it on Twitter. How come I don't do that? I gotta get better at making sense of.
See, that's why I'm like, dude, I keep getting on the Canaan for the same stuff, man. Y'all got these people wanting to follow y'all, and y'all kind of slow on this social media game, bro. Y'all got to get that. Y'all got to get that popping, man.
You know why, man? It's hard enough just to get on here for me. The last thing I'm thinking about is that. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, I've gotten better at it. I just need to. There's no excuses. Like I tell my son, there's no excuses. You got to get even better at that.
You're doing better than Kanan, but Kanan should be way, way, way further down. You know,
Especially, yeah.
I mean, damn, he got a book coming out with Chuck Dixon, so he should be you know what I'm saying, he should be blowing his stuff up and promoting, and I just be getting on to him because I was like, dude, you was a little hipper about this social media game, a lot of other things would be happening for you. But if he was, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford him when
it's true. It's true.
I get on to him all the time because I know he get tired of me nagging him, but he goes, I know, man, I know. And I was like, dude, I'm like, when I'm showing you stuff, you know what I'm saying, and you see it, you should know, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm not saying that to hate because I'm saying it out of love. Like a lot of the stuff that's going down, I'm saying it out of love, but I need you to, kind of wrap your head around this thing. And, I understand you got kids and a wife and all that, but, if you're taking that time, it's another discipline, you're going to draw anyway. So just turn the damn camera on and feel yourself drawing.
Yeah. Well, it could get, I got a funny feeling. I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I can speak for myself. I have definitely been diagnosed with ADD. And it can be, a lot of people have ADD. It's not an excuse, but it's just to say that sometimes it's challenging to kind of change that on the fly. It's almost like doing an audible. I would be terrible in football because I could never pull an audible off, So it's like mainly because I once I get into the rhythm, it's like I get up in the morning, brush my teeth, take my kids to school, do all that. But sometimes I forget to take my medication, for example. It's just it was introduced later, so I don't always think about it as important. And I think that's the thing. But to your point, I don't think that's not an excuse because my goal is to be it's not a goal. I am an entrepreneur, and I have to do this that way. What do you think about this outfit she's wearing? Kind of giving her like, hold on.
Oh, I'm digging
it. She's got the belly showing. It's like a weird top. Maybe her back's exposed too. I don't know. Yeah, I want her to look sexy and enchanting. And
I may need you to do a Sexy Party logo for me because everybody keeps asking about Sexy Party shirts.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely, I need to do that. I was like, people keep going, man, you gonna do Sexy Party shirts? I was like, I need Sexy Party shirts. I know it's like a lot of the logos I saw that you do were real dope. So.
Oh man, we can do something with. Well, I don't want to get too intimate here, but it'd be cool to get like maybe not use her. I guess I was to say if Sasha can give you a picture, like a good pucker. We could use her mouth as a part of a logo.
That's what I'm saying, because I want to integrate, like, she's got the cartoon icon. I got the cartoon icon. I want to integrate that. And then, yeah, man. Like I said,
or for that matter, use her. She could, if she has artwork of her mouth like that, like pursed lips. That could be cool. Well, we talk about it. We'll talk about that.
Let me see. Grace, what's it? Grace Zantz. Will I be showing the variant cover soon or no? I've seen the beginnings of the variant cover. I've seen obviously the layout that Kanan did for Manasa, and I reached out to Manasa the other day, and he sent me the beginnings of it. There was some tweaks I needed done on it, but I won't be showing the variant until it is done, or at least till it's to a point where I'm comfortable showing it. But you guys will get to see it when we get to a certain, like I said, when we get to a certain level, I will show it. I promise. But for right now, no.
No, I don't want to see it. You're just teasing me. I don't like that.
Like I said, I showed it to Kanan and he had some thoughts. So I had to go back and tweak it a little bit before he gets all deep in.
Retro said that the one with the bangs is wifey material, though. Hey, call her.
I can take both of them.
See, I think she's got nice bosoms. So they look a little long, though, but it's okay. Yeah, so tell me some more, man. So so you got the alternate cover being worked on.
Oh yeah.
60 parties going into syndication worldwide. You Mr. Worldwide, dog.
Worldwide certified, baby. You better believe it. From the Big Apple to the pineapple, the whole bubble.
And then so Kanan's working on the book furiously.
He's grinding. But he's also finishing up the Stranger Comics book, Assessa.
That's the one with that's a cover, right? He's doing a cover for that.
He's doing it. It's multiple. From what I saw, it looks like it's at least 3 or 4 different comic books in one. Because that dude, he don't have near the amount of backers that I have, but they've raised like $48,000.
Really? So it's an anthology?
Yeah. Because apparently they had come out before, and looks like they're connected to the Pathfinder board game as well, or something. So I guess it's a comic book based on something. Yeah, they got that dude's connected. Whoever that dude is, can't work on that dude got connects because that dude's tight with Brian Pulido. And so him and Brian Pulido was chopping it up. And he was like, hey, have your artists draw. Brian Pulido just launched that Hell Witch Kickstarter, and they've raised over $100,000 in just like a day. Yeah, I mean, Brian Pulido, Lady Death, man, I was reading that shit 30 years ago, so it was dope. And so Brian Pulido is he asked to do for Stranger Comics. He was like, hey, have your artist draw your character and put Hell Witch in there. And he said, I'll get it colored up and do the whole thing. And then I'll cross promote. I'll promote your Kickstarter. I'll promote Kanan, and I'll promote, obviously mine, So Kanan actually it's almost finished because I had been sitting on that for a while. Kanan told me it was going down, and he had shown me some of the stuff he was doing. And he was like, hey, don't show nobody. I was like, dude, I understand when you show me something that ain't for public display, because I would have been cut a YouTube video on that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Brian Pulido has a lot of fans. So, so I was like, dude, I would have been showed that, but obviously I understand, he was like, hey, don't show nobody yet. And I was like, okay, cool. And then, so he was drawing on Ethan's channel last night. And, when, he did that full thing, and I happened to hop on about the last hour of the show. And so he was showing the full screen. He's just putting the extra little details in on it. Because he's doing that. He's finishing up the last few interior pages for the Assessor story. And he's got to finish a couple of more layouts for Brand. And then he's going to start rendering on that. And then, like I said, I got to get him the other 28 pages. It's going to be a process, but we're definitely, and I know he's doing variant cover for Detective Dead as well. So.
Oh, he is?
Oh, yeah. Critias hired him to do that. So.
Yeah, Critias has me on that project too. I can't talk about it yet. So. Little additional thing to that.
Oh yeah, so
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. There's a lot of stuff popping around here. It's really all at your place. You got all kinds of good stuff going on.
Well, I like the fact that we all eat with each other. I like that.
Yeah. Well, you're eating. I'm not. I'm gonna get drunk. Just kidding.
Well, I'm definitely eating. I'm talking about I like that we, spread that around each other.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you came, man. I was thinking about inviting, but I know I don't have a lot of people that follow, but the people that are here, they're like, they're definitely having a good time. So
Okay, and I'm actually glad you said that because I've had some people get mad at me because they got like 30 followers and then they invite me on their channel and stuff. And I did a couple of those. I'm not doing those anymore. I'm just being honest because if I gotta promote it, that's just the antithesis of what I'm trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to promote my book. So if I'm
mhm.
trying to, if me coming on is gonna blow you up and it's not gonna help me, promote the book. I don't want to work hard at promoting the interview I'm doing with you. I want to promote my book. So,
Right, right, right. Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. So while we're on that topic, those of you guys who are in the chat right now, if you could, first of all, if you could hit the like button, that'd be amazing. If you could hit the like button, if you want to subscribe to my channel, that's even better. But I'll tell you what's even better than that right now. If you can help my man Antonio get to another level for his campaign, if you guys would just at least hit the share button and share it on your Twitter, share it on your Facebook, just share it. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, obviously, I would benefit from it because you're sharing my video, but I want people to. I put the description. I put in the description the link to the brand IndiGogo, so it would help Antonio and Kanan sell their book all the more. If you guys would be willing to do that, that'd be amazing. And I'm not asking you. You don't have to buy anything from me right now. You don't have to spend any money on me right now. But if you did that, that'd be so cool, man, and really help take brand to that next level, because I really believe in Antonio first. And because I believe in Antonio, I also believe in brand. And I think this is going to be a game changer for not just for himself, but part of what we're all here for, the act of creating new stuff and getting new stuff out there that other people are just not expecting. And that's what we want to do, is produce stuff that people aren't even expecting. So hit the like button, hit the share button, so that people can hear about this, see this video, and hear us talking about brand. I mean, I'm literally doing a commercial here for you, brother. I just want you to know that. I'm trying my best. Try my best.
Sean Tillman, I have devoured the tacos. I am on my chips and queso now. So I'm like, yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, I got they made fresh. You know how they do the fresh chips in there with the queso dip. So I got a big old bowl of queso dip. I'm
killing me, bro. You're killing me. Oh, I just want to eat stuff.
It's the yellow queso. Most places around here use white queso.
You know that yellow, sorry, the white queso comes from, well, supposedly it's from Oaxaca, Mexico. Well, I've been to Oaxaca. That's the place where they sell or they make this stuff. It's a very special black pottery, as a matter of fact. And it's unique to that area only. So they're really known for it. But I've had a chance to be there, man, and the cheese there is limitless. It's so amazing. Oh, I miss cheese. Well, I can't say that too much. I just had cheese the other day. Not good for me, but I still loved it. What do you think about this side profile? I like this side profile.
Mr. Ortiz, it's not that I'm sleeping on them. It's just I've done a few of them, and just from my experience, trust me, I was spreading myself around like mayonnaise in the beginning because and that's the thing. I would say that at the beginning I was like, hey, I was in a position where I'm gonna shake every hand, kiss every baby. I'm definitely going to, and that's one thing, and then I had talked about that with Ethan, and he was like, yeah, he's like, you get to a point now where it's diminishing returns, and it's not really. It was like I did one interview, and I looked, and it had like 14 views on it, and I was like, okay, that's it doesn't work. But if you got a channel, and because before I agree to the interview, I'm gonna look at your channel and see what kind of views you're getting. If you're getting okay views, a couple hundred views, a video, stuff like that, consistent. You're consistently putting out content. You're consistent, that kind of thing. So if you're, because I saw one guy invited me and he's doing a video, and then like 2 weeks go by and he's doing another video. It's not worth it to come on there because you're not promoting your channel.
Right. Right. At that point, he's relying on you to promote the channel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm like, dude, it's not gonna work for me, So it's like if if you have a small channel and I'm looking at you're grinding out there like I'm grinding, then yeah, hit me up and we can talk. If you're not putting that work in though, I'm not gonna drop everything I'm doing to come, you know, and pop up on the channel.
Well, I think people don't realize, like even here, as I'm drawing this, I'm kind of going to wrap this up in about 10 or so minutes, but people don't realize that it takes time to produce these things. And I know people in here understand that. I know many people in here understand that, but in general, if it wasn't for that, you've got so much going on. You're trying to promote the book. You're trying to get the book shipped and sold and produced and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot going on. Like you said the other day, you told me, man, I was like a ghost around here. And I was, because as soon as the campaign was done, we have like several things on the docket, just my own business thing that I'm working on myself. And then all of a sudden, you know, shifting things around. We had a convention to go to. It's like everything's happening. Because remember, for me, I don't know about you guys over there in the chat, but for me, this is my home run season. This is where I got to do as much business as possible to take me into the winter. So, you know, I'm steady working on a lot of things. It just happened that it coincided with the end of the campaign. But yeah, man, it's so when we do this, that's why I'm doing. When people say, "Hey, can you draw this?" Like, I'll always say, "Well, that's a good commission," because I really can't afford to stop and just do stuff for fun. I don't think this is the most fun I've had in a long time, drawing these characters for my own story. And so I have to make time for this, otherwise it'll never get done. But if I'm going to sit here and draw, hey, can you draw me Pinche Pablo Escobar? What the hell? I don't know what that is. You know, now Cthulhu I love, but I'm just saying, even as much as I love Cthulhu, I have to put down the pencil and get back to work. Yeah, after I'm done here, I'm going to be cranking back on a couple of projects I need to have done sooner than later. And then I'll be back on doing more of the commissions. So commissions, I'm just rotating all that stuff into the process. So anyway, I'm grateful that you came, man, but I went off the rail there. I'm grateful you're hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. And it gives me a chance to really promote your book more actively, you know, and make a real effort at that.
Well, I'm gonna just say, yeah, what Ethan told me, because like I said, I was lazy, I was slipping. About, you know, I'd make a video and then I'd wait like 4, 5, 6 days and I go, okay, let me make another video. And then a week would go by and I hadn't made one. It's like, you know, one of the first things he told me, he said, hey man, even if you're just bored and you can't figure something out, make a video every single day. Keep that content coming. And he was like, I don't care what he's like, you just laying in bed talking, make that video. Just turn the camera on and put a video on your face and just talk. Say, hey guys, I'm not feeling well today, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just do that. If you are consistent, that audience will build. Because I went from 15 subscribers to 2,100 subscribers in a 60-day span. It can be done.
Yeah.
It can be done.
You know what's interesting is with all the controversy that happened over the last couple of days over those knuckleheads from London or whatever, you know, it's funny how we're literally sharing with everyone in this chat right now. This is literally gold, as Doug would say. This is gold. This is gold. This is information that people pay for. This is how you build it. You know, if you have any inspirations, literally, I mean, I take that to heart. I always think about even this morning when I did that morning news, that was going to be my video if I couldn't get to this. But I'm glad I get into it. But that was like, well, if nothing else, that's my video today. It may not be the greatest video, but at least it's a little bit of me. People can, again, investing in the personality, not just the product. Sometimes you are the product.
Yeah, because my videos, I don't
have
no content. My you know, I create content, but I really don't have content. Well, a lot of my content is just me BSing and just talking about, you know, just giving my opinions on things. So that's all it is. It's just like, look, hey, the new Spider-Man pics came out, and I just sit there and run my mouth for 15 minutes. And then, all right, we're gonna wrap this video up. boom, and then it just move on, you know. But and then I'll notice I'll be like, damn, I got 1,000 views on that. How the hell?
Yeah.
How he trim it out? When that nonsense with those Mortal Worlds people happened, you know, like I said, I wouldn't even said nothing to them if they hadn't dropped my name. They dropped my name in 3 different videos talking about me. And I was like, why are y'all talking about me? You know what I'm saying? When the guy DM'd me, he seemed like a nice enough guy, but I just didn't want to be rude to him and tell him I didn't like his project. You know what I'm
You
saying?
know,
Yeah, he sent me DM, you know what I'm saying? And he was wanting me to put him on. And John, and I was like, why are you dumping on John? John was nice and put them on. And
yeah,
I'm sitting
man.
there going, dude, and they were late. They were late. That's one thing, you know, shout out to John Malin. I rock with John
Yeah,
heavy, and I mean that. You know, it's like I mean that. It's like I don't put my stamp on everybody. It's like I put my stamp on you. I put my stamp on John Malin. Obviously, Ethan. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm with
People.
you. I'm
You know,
with you
so
about
I'm
John.
saying. So, John tell me, you know, like whenever I've been on John's show, John will tell me, hey, show up at this time. And I'll be like, okay. And I make sure I'm early, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't waste his time, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? I respect John's time, and you know, I just wanted to make sure. And I sent John the link to the chat, and he popped in, and he was like, you know, he popped in a couple minutes early, and I was like, there you go, man. That's what I'm talking about. He respected my time like I respected his time. Stop showing up late and acting like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's not no big deal. It's like, hey, if you respect that tells me how much you respect me. If you're gonna show up and actually be there when you're supposed to. And that's one thing, even when I've done some of these other little small interviews, people messing around, they can't get their equipment right, doing all this. I'm like, dude, get your stuff together. I had to drop everything to come over here. So please, if you're gonna have me come on, get your stuff tight, man, and be like, if you tell me 7, don't be messing around 20 minutes later. You know, I'm just being real.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, oh man, that's so disrespectful. If someone, because John doesn't have to put you on. Hello,
Yeah.
John literally. Now here's John. I'm not doing what John does. I told John put some of these still. I was like, God bless you, John. You just literally. But something I told Ethan. Um, it's I told Ethan, I said, God bless John. He puts a lot of stiffs on. You know, he puts people that it's like I call, they got another channel that calls it the kill stream. I think what John be doing is the kill stream because he literally puts people on where, because he's just trying to give them a chance. And I'm like, man, that project is not ready for prime time, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you haven't thought it out. Your art is not where it needs to be. Everything's not tight. When I bring people on my channel, it's like I believe in that project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Same here. I don't think people realize. Some people say I'm a nice person and all that, but hold on a second here. Yeah. I'm not. I try not to put all the stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. I'm putting in the chat here. Retro says use the F-bomb, but that's all right. Anyway, I don't think people realize, like, when people say I'm nice and all, I really do appreciate that. But the reality is, I don't want to put up. I've always been concerned about this. I think we always have to put our best foot forward, no matter what. And everything you put out there is an old friend of mine, a good friend of mine. Well, he's an old teacher of mine. Let's put it that way. He used to say, and this is something I've heard 1,000 times since. You're only as good as your last piece of art. So you're only as good as your last video. You're only as good as your, people's not going to remember that was a great one that you did that one time. Then some may, but the by and large, you got to take care of this is my house. So you can't come into my house if you don't have your stuff squared away, right? If not if you're planning to come in here to promote a book or take advantage of my audience, because like I like to say, I protect this with fire. So yeah, I mean, if I'm going to mess it up, I'm going to mess it up. But I'll be damned if somebody else is going to come and mess it up for me.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's just me. I know how,
No, that's obviously me too, and that's what people don't realize, that to come on here is a privilege, not a right. It's a privilege, and that's That's why I think that they messed up. Somebody said that coming in late was their downfall. No, man, it wasn't coming in late. It was that they didn't respect it, and they assumed that everything was going to be about, about them. And I mean, what was going to happen if you knew that you were supposed to be on somebody's thing and they said Eastern Standard Time, and you didn't try to, like, you're not going to try to remember that, oh, this is, oh, what? I mean, how old are you that you don't know the difference between time zones?
Well, yeah, and then she's like, I have international retail experience,
Apparently not.
Yeah, because I'm like, look, okay, Sashi's in South Africa, right? So when
Mhm.
she tells me, she goes, okay, I want to do sexy party at 4 p.m. That's 4 p.m. in her time zone. So I know that means, like 8 my time zone or whatever, So I already know, it is what it is. So I already, it's like, if she says 4, then that means 8. If she says 5, then that means 9 a.m. my time. So, but like I said, we got it pretty much in a routine now. I know, about the time that she wants to do sexy party. And so we get it up. So, a couple days from now, I'm still trying to figure out what we're gonna talk about this week. But like I said, now that I'm syndicated, as soon as I rip the audio, it's not just gonna stay on YouTube, it's going everywhere. That's one thing
Right.
I like about having it on SoundCloud and having that RSS feed. All I gotta do is upload the audio, bam, it's everywhere. And like I said, I'm hoping to get iTunes within the next few days. Because that'll be, like I said, Spotify, it was surprisingly easy to get on Spotify once I made a couple of connections. It's like I reached out to a couple people and just started looking. I was trying to look and see where I can syndicate the podcast, and people was like, "Well, you can put a link here on it." I was like, "I don't want to do that. I want to syndicate it, real syndication."
Mm.
And that's why I said this the other day. It's like as I've grown and my profile is going up. Um, I've noticed that certain people I've tried to help, you're not gonna, it's been down with you, you try to help them, and you know, they're not ready to run. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you're
Yeah.
not ready to win right now, then I'm definitely wishing you well, but I'm gonna keep going because I'm ready to win right. I'm ready to win right now. If you're not ready to win right now, then I'm just gonna keep it moving, man.
An old mentor of mine used to say, if you wait for the opportunity to come to get ready, it's already too late. You have to act, you have to be doing the job that you want before you get it. All that good stuff, all that typical self-help stuff. But that's all part of it, man. You're right. People want to be, the problem is everybody wants the benefits of popularity. Look, whatever this means, I shouldn't say it because I'm going to be accused of what they call that, virtue signaling. I don't know. But I have
If you're saying something real, say it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. I have 113,000 followers on Instagram.
Right.
That's, by some measurements, that's not a whole lot. But by my measurement, that's a lot. I was this little chubby Puerto Rican dude in Tampa, Florida, in a cubicle for years. And how did I get that? That was because of hard work, man. That was because of hard work. I tell people, man, if you compare other people's profiles to mine, man, I have almost 5,000 posts of my own. I've posted, and not pictures of my salad, or not pictures of my my pets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Here's my salad.
Yeah, I did that, and people acknowledge the effort, man. It's like people what they want though is they want that, and I'm just saying that to say this, that it doesn't matter, but that doesn't mean anything because nothing's changed for me here on this end. But I'll tell you, people think that that's success, and then if I could just have that, well, come and get it. It's not that hard. But here's the problem: it doesn't produce anything for you that you're not able to really do. You can't keep waiting for other people to give it to you, is what I'm trying to say. That 113,000 people didn't support me on my IndiGogo campaign. A very, very, very minuscule percentage of people did, and so it doesn't always equal success, but so you have to produce it. You have to manufacture success often. and say, okay, what do I want, and what do I need to do to get there? And so, you know, but everybody's always like, well, like, you know, there's some people I know that would be like, oh, well, you know, I just want to hang on for the ride. Like, well, listen, man, you can't. Sometimes the ride's going to get so treacherous that you're not going to be able to hang on, and you're not going to be able to hang on me, because I can't afford to stop and drag somebody else with me if they're not willing to do their part. So again, what does that mean? Because I'm not that successful, but I'm successful enough to know what it is to be more successful, and it comes with a price that everyone has to be willing to do. Everyone has to be willing to put their time in. And so I laugh at those people, because again, we're living in this weird bugged out culture where people believe that they deserve something more. And I can't. I love what Ethan said. I was kind of mad. I put a couple of chats in there. He never read it. I was like, oh man, come on. I said some good stuff. Oh, maybe it wasn't that good. But anyway, I'm like, you know, it's not a. But he said it best. It's not a public utility. His channel is not a public utility. And that's what I've been saying lately. If you're going to wait for somebody else's success to make you successful, then you got the wrong game going on.
But
you know,
see, there's one thing that a lot of people may not be aware of. It's because of like people like the Mortal Worlds people doing little crazy stuff like that, where Ethan's starting to be like, damn, I just need to go back to just doing me. He said that, you know, he was like, because he was just like, I just need to talk to my audience, and, you know, I'll promote my stuff. You know, I might have a friend on here and there, but I'm not going to be just inviting random people on and promoting. You know, he's starting to feel like that, because he feels like everybody's starting to feel like that's his job to just bring everybody on.
Yeah, they're ruining it. That's what they're doing.
And I'm like, dude, you're gonna mess it up for other people that are talented down the line that would have gotten an opportunity to come on and promote with Ethan, and now he'll be like, I don't know if that's a good look.
Well, ironically, they were criticizing Nasser for taking up a spot. Here, they literally, without even getting on the show, have taken up a spot for everybody else that could possibly do it, because now they put a bad taste in his mouth for it. So now they've ruined that opportunity for anyone who's actually more talented, period, than they are, period. I don't care. I'm going to say it, because I know that one man's trash is another man's treasure, but there's a lot of stuff that's just good old-fashioned knowledge of how to make comics that they didn't produce in that book. And you and I talked about that before. I mentioned that before, and I've even said that I liked some of what I saw, and now I've taken it all back, because I don't like the heart that they produced it in.
Well, see, and another thing I noticed when I did my video, you know, I roasted their ass yesterday. You know, so like I went in on them, right? But then I kind of scaled back, because I was like, you know, and I told John, I said I felt like I let my temper get the best of me, so but I didn't take the video down, because, like I told John, I meant what I said. I just don't feel like I just feel like I responded in anger, and I should have just kept my mouth shut and just kept it moving like I intended. That being said,
I could tell you were holding back a little bit there.
Yeah, because I started, you know, it's like, ooh, I really wanted to go in, and then I was like, yeah, don't. But when I did the video, they had $980, right? And I checked them out about an hour ago, and they only had like 800. Some people are refunded on their ass, you know. And I'm sitting going, your actions have consequences.
Yeah, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Just like they're like, oh, we've got a lot of new followers. I was like, idiots, do you not realize most of them people are following you just as a goof? Even Ethan and Doug Naples said they followed him. I was like, you know, Doug eating with Ethan. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Nasser and people like that. Wow, the only reason they following you is the goof. Because if you look on the comment sections, it was all Ethan's people going, hey man, you guys, you know, it was all you know what I'm saying? It was all people what a mistake they were making.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there going, man, that's
it's dumb. It's dumb. You know, there's an old expression. Excuse my French, everybody. There's an old expression. Don't shit where you eat. And they shot one gigantic there. And we hoped that it would be the other way around, that people would be like sympathetic to them. But you know, that's kind of what happens though. You can't do that and expect nothing to change. So hey, listen, at the end of the day, they're gonna have to live with that, and they're gonna have to learn the hard way that yeah, in a genuine free market, this is how it gets resolved, man. I hate to say it, but this is how it gets resolved. Maybe they don't have the same experience in the free market that we do, but that's how people vote with their dollars.
Yeah.
And they're gonna get that the hard way. Damn, just drop everything.
But yeah, that's just not the way to go about doing certain things. You know, it's like I said, I know Ethan's someone that feels like he's been attacked a few times by people that he thought were he was cool with and whatnot, you know, so it makes him, you know, be suspicious sometimes and be like, okay, I don't know if I want to, you know, because he told me, he's like, you know, I almost didn't help you at first. You know, I was just, he said, you know, it seems like I try to help people and they stab me in the back all the time. You know, so I was like, well, let me just make sure I'm on some grown man stuff and I don't do stuff like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, you know, I just try to, you know, I try to conduct myself the right way and, you know, and just not do any suspect stuff, man. You know, just, you know, men dealing with other men, you know, men dealing with women, however, you know, just
How about this professional? You can just leave it like that, and that's what it is. It's just being people with integrity, man. If you have integrity, you're not expecting that kind of stuff. You know, I'm trying to teach my children this. We're going over this thing. You probably, I don't know if you paid attention to my video, but we're talking about humility, man. How the importance of humility, the importance. And I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it. In fact, I often am not very humble. That's why I said this morning in my video, I'm one of them. But one of the things one of the impetus, some impetus for that commentary this morning for me was that experience, because I see what's going on, and we've all kind of fallen for this trap that, you know, when you start saying, like I said this morning, when the retailer or the business person says the customer is always right, that's the appropriate place for it. But when the customer says the customer is always right, you got to be careful, because you're falling into that category where you believe your own press clippings. Because how can the customer be right all the time? There's no way anything can be made in that case. So you got to be. It's a dance. We all have to kind of work together, but it's not one is superior over the other. It's a partnership, and I think they are a great example of how the partnership doesn't work. They came in thinking they deserved something, and they got pushback, and rightly so, rightly so. And I don't like to your point. I'm probably bleeding more than I should on here about it, but I was genuinely frustrated last night when I was listening to all this. I couldn't believe what I was hearing, because that flies in the face of everything I've ever learned as a professional and a business person. And in the face of everything that people could just come on, man. That's why I keep telling people, man, you come into my house demanding something, you're gonna get your ass out. Out the door, out the way. You gotta go. You can't stay in my house. This is my house. Don't forget this is my house. So anyway, I'm crazy. I'm trying to develop a creature here, and this is a good skeleton for it. I don't know. It's not quite there. It needs more of that. As my mother-in-law would say, that yin yang.
Now, let me ask you this, because see, I had like two different thoughts. Now, is that going to be like a pet for her, or would it be that she'd be able to morph into that snake, which would be dope?
I like that idea. That's kind of where I'm moving. That she becomes the snake.
Yeah. Now, see, yeah, she could morph into the snake. I thought that'd be dope, man. So
yeah, that way it's a little bit of Jafar. That's cool. I'll take that.
Man. I don't know. I'm always thinking about stuff like that, because there's something, like I said, a lot of different ideas for brand, and you know, just man. So yeah, man. Like I said, man, I don't know. I'm trying to be a square dealing young man and not do a bunch of nonsense when I deal with people. You know, you know, like. Try to give people straight answers. Like like said, someone invited me on their stream the other day, and I was just like, no thanks, but good luck with the stream. And you know, and I just kept it, you know, and I know they didn't want that answer, but at least I kept it 100, man. And I didn't go, well, we'll see about it. Maybe I'll come on. You know, all this kind of, you know what I'm saying? Instead of I just kept it, you know, that way we not wasting no time going back and forth. Because I did that a couple weeks ago. I was like, well, maybe. how possibly? And then they just kept asking and asking and asking, and I just ended up getting in a situation I didn't want to get into. So I was just like, I said, now I'm just gonna tell you yes or no. You may not like the answer you get, but at least I was honest.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that myself, where I'll sometimes dance a little bit because I'm not totally sure. And because one of the challenges that we have in general as a culture is where many of us were people pleasers. So we want to be liked, and therefore I don't want to do something that's not going to let me be liked. But to your point, you're better off doing it and pulling that band-aid off fast instead of letting it go, because then it becomes poisonous after that. No, not because I'm drawing a poisonous reptile, but you know what I'm saying. I think that's important now. I'm seeing the value of that more and more, because whenever I do it, it's so freeing. Like I'll be honest with you, man. Those dudes from Mortal Wounds or Worlds or whatever, they contacted me too. I didn't know who he was, and that's when I first saw it. Remember, I think we talked about. Oh yeah, I think he reached out to me. I
Yeah,
never got back to him because I don't mess around with people. I'm so concerned about how to engage people on Twitter, because I just don't want to fall into no. Everyone seems to want to be part of something. Everyone's always trying to latch on, and I can't be sure that everyone has the same, how do you say, the same reason for being here that I do. So I don't want to just be. You can't just say yes to everybody. But that said, maybe I contributed to some of that. Maybe they got frustrated, but I never said anything. They did say that they didn't get a lot of responses, but that was from me too. But to your point, man, I liked it. But listen, man, what first of all, they didn't ask me for much. They just told me to check it out, and so I did, and I left it at that. But I think that they thought that their stuff was so great, they didn't expect people to not like it, and then they got burned, or frustrated. I'm surprised they jumped back on so fast.
I just don't know. They think they're really getting. That's what's so funny. That's when you're not self-aware, and I talk about that all the time on my video. When people have no self-awareness.
Yeah. Yeah.
They think they're making an impact. They're like, "Oh my God, we got over 300 views on this video." They think they're actually creating content and getting the reaction, when literally people are just checking it out because Ethan is shouting it out, and that's the difference. I know my videos are getting views because Ethan don't ever talk about my YouTube channel when I'm on with him. Every now and again, someone in the channel mentioned like Sexy Party or something like that, but Ethan don't sit around talking about my videos and my channel all the time. My videos are getting views because I've created content and I've built up subscribers.
Right.
Their videos getting views because Ethan's goofing on them with 10 dudes in there, just like, listen to this. They were like, oh man, they said something about Mike. Oh wow. And then everybody's like, oh, I got to go listen to this. That's what that is. And if you don't recognize the difference, so let me ask you this question. When you run out of talking about Ethan and what he's doing, now what? And notice you ain't getting no sales. And if you notice at the end of my video, I'll say, "Hey, dummy, you didn't put the link to your IndiGogo in the description." I mean, how stupid can you be? You didn't even link. And then so you notice they told. I knew he watched the video. That's what like, but I noticed they kept my name out their mouth in that last one they did. So I was like, okay. I was waiting on it because I was about to come back and hit him again. I was about to hit him again. And I was like, okay. So they just kept it about Ethan because I was like, I never would have said anything if y'all just kept my name out your mouth.
Yeah.
Because nobody could dispute anything I said in the video. They got 80 pages of art up on there. All this, they got like literally 3 paragraphs talking about this, and they're short paragraphs, by a couple of sentences, and then 80 pages of art. Nobody could dispute anything I said. I was like, God, man, I'm going down this page. It was like walking a 5-mile marathon or something. I was like, my God.
Yeah, it was exhausting.
Yeah, I was like, can I ever get to the and God forbid you trying to load that up on a phone with all these images. I'm sitting there going, oh my God, it's crazy. And I was just like, I was like, y'all are not aware of the situation. Because I had people tell me, actually, I don't think the art's that bad. I might have backed the project if they hadn't been so nasty. I was like, man, there's a way to keep grinding and make your videos and stuff. and just try to, you may not get on Ethan, but you can use YouTube. Trust me, I know how many sales I've personally generated just from creating content.
Yeah.
So I'm just, that's what it is. Um, that's what it is. So
Well, that's one of the things I've told people um, who sometimes don't make it into the room, whatever. I said, look, man, what if something were to happen? Look what happened to YouTube the other day, man. The other day,
oh yeah.
it conked out. And I was
Thank
telling
God.
somebody, I said,
Yeah, I got off my string. I was interviewing Gilbert Deltrez, the guy that created Layer.
uh-huh.
I had him. He's almost funded, by the way. I was like, I think he's got like 80, he's like 83% funded. So he's still got like 20 something days left on the
Dang,
campaign. So
have I seen
that's
that?
cool, man. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen Lair. I gotta check that out. But
Yeah, it's dope.
um, but I'm saying, man, if you are, I don't know, I if you are not if you're not careful and you've put all your eggs in that basket, the YouTube basket, and the same goes with Ethan. What if Ethan decided he wasn't going to be on YouTube no more for any variety of reasons? What's going to happen? You better have a backup plan, and that's why I'm even more offended by the commentary of this couple because they're offending my intelligence. They're insulting my intelligence, and they're acting like I'm supposed like anyone would really pay attention to this. Maybe some people would. Maybe they're banking on that some people would feel like they're justified and want to support that. But man, I'm telling you, if you support that, I'm not saying you need to do what I say, people, but if you support that nonsense, you got to reevaluate your interests and what you're trying to do in this. It's a business. You can't do business that way. You got to know that there's got to be a plan B. So if your only goal, like they're talking about gatekeeping the comics gate, man, it's on IndiGogo. IndiGogo is not connected to Ethan's YouTube page. You know what I'm saying? It's not even. He's not an official ambassador of IndiGogo. He's just Ethan. And the fact that you don't get that means that you don't understand the business model. And you know what? If you're going to handle it like that, then you don't deserve to be successful, period. Pretty much. Pretty much.
No,
Is the girl also the snake? Cosmetti, that's what we just decided. I just made that choice that she is going to be turning into. At first, I wanted this to be, I like the idea. I don't have a problem taking ideas from different things. So I'm like, oh, I like that idea. I'm going to use that concept in this. This is already a derivative concept in general. So by having her do a Jafar, I think that's a really cool idea. Just a sexy Jafar. I like this design of her face.
But see, yeah, that's man, that's all we call that is putting a little imping on the pimping, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's just making it, you can you'll notice when you read brand that there's gonna be a lot of things that aren't fresh ideas. But
right.
But what I take them, I told somebody the other day, it's like brand is like a gumbo. I'm literally throwing in. I was like, okay, I'm taking a little He-Man here, little Mask, little Ronin Warriors, just a little bit of everything, just certainly, little Billy Batson, Captain Marvel, Shazam, whatever. Throw that in there. I'm throwing all that different stuff in there, and then I'm taking it and making my story.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's nothing new under the sun, as they say. There's nothing new. So
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. Even I heard a story once that Jaws was partially inspired by the story of Jonah and the whale. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. I'll even take a little bit of Ahab and the whale on what's that story with Ahab? Moby Dick. All that, same difference. Just using this what's familiar in culture and then bringing it about. You don't want to rip it off. You just want to. You like the idea. There's a similar concept there. I mean, frankly, that's all Dungeons and Dragons is anyway, right? It's just took a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff, took a bunch of Viking lore, whatever, turn it on its head. It's like sample-based music to me. Sure. What is Nagini in Harry Potter? What is that?
That's the snake. Yeah, that's his snake.
Yeah.
But I know in Fantastic Beasts, because some people got mad. I think they cast this Asian woman to be human form of the snake. I guess she gets trapped in the body of a snake or whatever. The transformation sticks, and yeah, man, it's
You know
crazy.
what? The snake's already changed. Look, he's got a little bulbous chin, little spikes, like that. Makes it different.
Sexy snake.
Look, like a little bit of horny toad. Sketch Therapy says, I'm an army of accounts. Anyone who has ever blocked my account will never be eligible for my support. I don't cuss or threaten anyone. If they think I'm offensive, I don't back them, even if they don't know it was me. Well, I don't have that many accounts, but I feel the same way. I mean, well, obviously, if you block me, I'm not going to support that. There's some things. I mean, but don't get me wrong, man. There's some guys out there that I see their stuff. You know, I'm not as hard as some people are and what's going on. And I'm not one of those dudes that's going to be like, I'm never going to buy a comic again. I still buy people's stuff. Like I was talking about the other night, a negative experience I had with a couple of creators. Like, I mean, it's stupid. It was. I'm sure it wasn't personal, and I'm sure it wasn't. It was a bad day for that person. But I had a rough experience, say, with Mike Mignola. But believe me, I'm gonna always collect Mike Mignola because I just love his work, man. It's just we live in that weird time where people are connected to people through social media, and so I think people are extra sensitive to when they're affected by someone's opinion. That's because everybody's giving their opinion all the time on social media. But I've stayed away enough that it hasn't really messed me up. So I still kind of enjoy what I enjoy. But now I think if somebody attacked me personally, yeah, I think I would kind of be like, I'm gonna bounce. So that's not unreasonable, I think.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I talked to. That's another thing I talked about with John. There were some people that, you know, so-called supporters or whatever, and they started, you know, as my public face kind of, you know, grew, my stature or whatever you want to call it, you know, just seemed like they were wanting more and more of my attention. I felt like it was becoming unhealthy, and some of it, you know, it seemed like they wanted any kind of attention, whether it was negative or positive, you know. And, you know, I ended up having to like put the mute and block on some of these people because they were being out of pocket. They were just being too weird. So because, you know, that kind of stuff happens, then yeah, I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, man. You know, because I try to answer everybody back and stuff like that when I can. But when you do negative stuff like that, then yeah, I don't want to be associated with you. I don't want to talk to you. So you kind of crossed the line with me. So yeah, that's why you got blocked. So,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest about it, you know. So
no, yeah, I mean, I think that's yeah. I mean, I block people personally. I block them because I just don't care. I don't know. It's I'm not a threat to nobody. Nobody cares about me that way. But let's see. Combining things creates new stories, says Tommy Sarkinen. Good archetypes give good baseline to ground drama. Adding new elements makes it feel fresh. And people like specific things, and expanding from there is cool. Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, so Sean explains the Nagini has a blood curse inherited from her mom, but she can turn into a snake and back, but at a certain age, she stays a snake permanently. Well, this idea here is not that complicated. I just want her to turn into a snake. That's just part of her sorcery. So I think that's gonna work for me. I'm not trying to reinvent that at all. I gotta give her a little bit of a bump here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure you don't mind. People are like, "What's Elliot talking about?"
So let me ask you this, because like I said, I always see when I be talking to you on like Hangouts and stuff, you always have these little different papers with like 80 different head sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you do with these? Because I understand you're doing your you're just kind of fleshing them out and you're creating different concepts and stuff and trying to figure out what works for you. But I mean, what do you do with this paper?
Oh man, I have a one of those, you know, those it's like what you get at Home Depot, like a garage cabinet, like for like a toolbox on wheels.
Right.
I have one of those full of all these drawings like this. Most of them, I'll tell you that this is gonna sound weird, but when I see this, I feel like this is a work of art to me. Like I feel this almost feels as finished as a full page of art for comics. It feels good to me. Because it's capturing all these thoughts that I had in one moment, and that's why I try to draw fast. Then what I'll do is I'll draw fast and I'll come in and I'll carve out. You can see I added a little more to this since I sent you those pictures. So I turned this guy into a character. I thought, oh, he might be something interesting. Kind of looks like me a little bit. And then this guy here, I was like, well, I don't really want him to be a Dracula, but I gave him these little horns. So I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So maybe he'll be like one of those characters from Star Wars that just sits in the background, or something they may fight. I don't know. I like this guy because in Diablo, there are these witch doctor characters that come from the jungle. And so they're they look like a South American tribe or something, but it's cool, you know. So I thought, oh, that'd be kind of neat if there's that kind of wooden mask thing. It's like this kind of freaky. This guy's gonna make it. I think this guy's gonna be one of my main characters in this story. I like the way I like the idea of the shaggy-headed Cyclops. You don't usually see it like that. So, so anyway, this kind of thing, this just kind of tells, for me, it tells the story of what's going on. Like this is that demon knight. He's gonna be nasty. I gotta figure out some more. This is like a merman feature from the Black Lagoon character. This guy's just like a pus monster. Nasty. But and I was taking a crack at that character from yesterday. I don't know what was going on there. I was like, oh, I want to draw that character. Then I realized, oh, okay. I wasn't sure what it was for, but I thought she came out pretty cool. But yeah, so I keep them all. Basically, they kind of serve as like Bible elements for my stories. Like I always have these characters I can kind of go to and say, oh, I like this look of this. Let me see. Can you, if I walk over here, do you still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm gonna go into my cabinet here. Get show you some other drawings that I have. It's like that because I think for me this is kind of how I think. I think of this jumbled mess, but then it all kind of comes together. Let's see if I've got some stuff. So, by the way, while I'm doing this, guys, don't forget to check out Brand on IndiGogo. Tell them about it. Tell me about it.
Well, Brand is a supernatural love story caught in the world, the war between heaven and hell. It's basically about this nerdy fat guy that's really not a nerdy fat guy. And this very, very lovely redhead that he gets enthralled by. You know, she whips her. You know, she casts a magic spell on him and catches her catches him in her spider web, and you know, he wants to be caught. What you say?
And she's got some whip appeal.
Oh yeah, she definitely got some whip appeal, like Babyface, man. You know, like somebody told me. Just pull it on. I love that song, man. I love that. Oh man, whatever you want,
whatever you need.
I need to. You got that whip appeal.
We gotta get this.
Let me
see if I got this here. I'm gonna show you. So this is like so for example, so I'm here developing all this stuff. Any one of these characters I can pull out for anything. So it's a stream of consciousness concept for me. So yeah, I like what Rodwell says. These early idea sketch pages are often more valuable than a finished piece. It is to me. This would be a cool art for a tabletop RPG book. Well, yeah, that's
that
true.
I love that. That just looks dope right there, man.
What, this guy right here?
That whole situation, man.
This right here?
Yeah, because like your man right there with the sword in his back, the little bald dude, that was dope.
Yeah. This looks like, to me, John Malin. This is what I think John Malin looks like. I don't know. He's mysterious. So this is going to be like a space thing. I had an idea for a space concept, right? So this is going to be my dude. This is like a specific cartoon.
I could do something with him, like your bald man. I could do something with him. You know, with that little ponytail and stuff. I might need to have Kanan take a look at some of those because I think some of those concepts will be real cool.
Yeah. So see, these are just see how the Red Rooster existed before Mitch Brittweiser. I don't care what he said. I've been working on that nonsense for a while. He took it. He took it before I could get there. This is supposed to be Hercules.
Hercules, Hercules.
So a lot of times this is also like a study. I have another one where I have a bunch of images of a. I thought I had it down here. But sometimes there's studies of how to draw anything, but usually they turn out to be like these guys. I kept this drawing because I was like, who's this person? I like the face paint idea. I liked her hair. Just sometimes they're not necessarily a filled out character, but they make for an interesting concept. So this is somebody else's art. I think I got this from online.
Well, so you didn't draw that?
No, that's somebody else's stuff.
Because the whole everything on the page, or just that one little head?
What are you talking about? The ground page?
Yeah, the one you just showed.
This right here is somebody else's artwork. I don't remember where she's from. I think it's from some sort of animation. I found it online once. It's a printout. But so let me see. These were something I was doing for a project that I dropped. Oops. Got some feelings hurt, but that's all right. So yeah, a lot of times this is a self-portrait of me when I used to work in the old days. Let's show you what we can do. I never finished her. She's kind of cool. Yeah, see, like these guys, like who's this guy? I don't know. Starhead. I don't know who this guy is, but he's cool. He could be somebody. You know, it's this kind of stuff that I find, you know, helps me. Oh, like this is Dr. Diabolos. This is another dude I've been trying to work on. But then, see, I have a lot of these. It's funny because a lot of us have a lot of the similar inspirations. So I have a character who's kind of funky, has a hat, like a fedora. It looks like a detective dead. But then I say, too close, so I'll leave it alone. So it's forced me to push ideas back into the vault. But it's all good. This guy is interesting, this hipster dude with a tattoo. The church I go to has a lot of young college students, and probably would have an interesting term for them, but a lot of them have nice haircuts and lots of tattoos. So this dude is supposed to be I don't know who this guy is, you know. See, these are older too. These are older drawings. Oh, here we go. So here's one where I did a bunch of alien designs or monster designs, depending on how you look at it. So any of these guys could be anything, you know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, you know, do a whole bunch of concepts, all kind of just throw them out there, just burn them through, because sometimes you can spend all day on one little drawing, and I just try to like keep my head moving. Like, this would be interesting for a sci-fi, like Dead Space concept. This was a whole other story idea I have, go comic strip idea. So yeah, man. I mean, like who's this guy? I don't know. But he's called the captain in this drawing. And I like to draw the clouds that way. So how about this? Who's this guy? I don't know. He's not nobody right now because he's just a generic guy in spandex, but goal is to take him further. How about this? What do you think about this stuff?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling that.
I like this guy. He's like a tile, but it's like a cyber tile, something out of Blade Runner. I did this coming back from a New York Comic Con on the airplane one year, like 4 or 5 years ago. This guy's cool. I know his thing. I like this idea of feathers attached to a bald head. That always makes me like intrigued.
Some of that stuff I've seen on your Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of this you would. This is an interesting guy. I don't know who this guy is. He'd make a cool character for your world.
You would, yeah. I could definitely, because that the little mask there, you know, kind of makes me think of like Horus and Penance and
could be like a sackcloth mask or something. Let me see. Yeah, see some more. This one got weird with the high top fade, but it's ironic that this came back into style, so I'll take it.
Kwame. I didn't know if you ever listened to Kwame.
Yeah. Been a while, but
played out like Kwame in the polka dots.
See, like, this is cool. This is Batman and all, but oh man, it's just this Batman. Whatever. We've seen that guy a billion times, but some of these guys you've never seen me draw, so it's just fun.
Yeah. And then I noticed you started talking about different types of man. I love that bald dude, man. You need to develop him. He could be something serious, man.
See, they're all dude. In my head, he's just a character. I don't see him as a. I don't see him as the focal point. He's like an assassin. He's got like some weird, like, kind of has some snake or octopi inspired things on his head. What do you see?
I could really, I could make something happen with him.
All right, well,
yeah, I can make something happen with him.
How about this guy? You don't like this guy? He's creepy.
No, I'm like, no, you got that whole page has ideas for me right there. That's, like I said, I could create whole universes with some of those characters. I could just, like, that's what I'm saying. You give me a lot to work with, but that's one thing I like about Kanan. I'll give him an idea. I'll tell him kind of where I want it to go. And then he'll come up with like 3 or 4 different sketches. He'll be like, okay, well, I thought about this and I thought about this. And, and I'll be like, oh, okay, well, take the part on this sketch and put it with that and combine. That's kind of how we came up with the redesign of pennants. We redesigned pennants, and because the first design Kanan had, it was just too busy. It was just too much. And I was just like, as we go forward, when we actually officially do the book, I want pennants to look a certain way. So because of that, yeah, man. I
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. You could be the living embodiment of that, like the human version of it.
Version.
Yeah, you can see like all the art styles. Not even though this is a little cartoonier on this side, it's not that different. It's all the same stuff. It's just a little twist, a little tweak on the way I do the line art. So, let me see here. It says, I'm going to read some of these comments. These would be cool art for a tabletop RPG book, says Tommy Sarkinen. I appreciate that. That's actually kind of what I'm thinking of doing for my next art book, my next quote unquote black and red. Is going to be a concept book of just a bunch of my drawings. Sketch Therapy says the one with all the faces. If you think a little more, you could throw in Elliot Fernandez concept art book. Yeah, there you go. Mainland is getting more tea every day. I think you got some great looking characters there, says Sketch Therapy. And then Retro Graphics says, we need some more drawn and quartered for writers. What does that mean? How would you do a drawn and quartered for writers?
Yeah, that would be kind of what it was like. You've got an hour to come up with a concept. I don't know. Like I said, I could, we could pitch our ideas on the air, but I'm like, dude, if I come up with a good idea, I don't want to pitch it on the air. I want to that would be just giving out good. I was like, no, that wouldn't work for me. I was like, if I come up with a great idea, I was like, ooh, let me start working this and get to IndiGogo together and get an art team and do all that,
I'll tell you what, be interesting too is if you decided to, you could. That's not a bad way to, like, when you meet up with an artist, to just kind of like do like a lightning round type of, what do they call that? What do you call it when you brainstorming? That's all this is me brainstorming at full speed. I'll start with this guy, then I'll draw this guy, then I add this, and this gave me an idea for this, and then you just keep bouncing it on, and eventually it grows and grows and grows. So that's not that different from that, And you could almost do that. I don't know if it's drawn and quartered. To your point, I wouldn't want to give away your goodies like that, but so Sketches, I think they want to pitch concepts for artists to create. But he's right though. If Antonio was to make up a character online, then all of a sudden everybody has it, and who's to say no one's going to take it?
Yeah, and then I'm like, the way people do on the internet now. Yeah, I don't want to get down like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting though to do like a now if you wanted to. But again, why would you want to do this and celebrate the competition? But you could take somebody else's IP and just kind of come up with a flash, you know, fan fiction that could be interesting. But
okay,
that's interesting. But do you want to spend that time thinking of a fan fiction for somebody
else's IP? Yeah, that's honestly.
It's so weird, man, and especially for writers because you're landing on that area where you know your stuff is the most intellectual property because it only emerges in your mind. I can draw an image, but your idea can't come out of there until you write it down or you express it in some other way or it gets done in art. So you should protect it more, you know, I think. Grace says, will you be attempting Drawn in Quarter this week? Probably not. I mean, I'm wrapping up here now. I'm actually way longer than I thought I was going to be, but I just got to get some other stuff done, and that's not making me productive to do that. So hopefully I will be able to do it again in the future, but not this week. Sketch says, I think it's what they want. I don't think it's a good idea for the creators completely with Antonio on this one. Oh, right on. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this one up. Guys, I really appreciate you all hanging out. Critius, what's up? Oh man. Appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with me and Antonio today. Please don't forget to check out Brand on IndiGogo. And since Critius is here, check out Detective Dead on IndiGogo as well. But please check
white variant couple, man.
Yeah. So we're just we are definitely supporting each other. And I even though that's funny that they were criticizing us like that was a bad thing. Absolutely, I'm gonna support my people, my friends. I'll do whatever I can to help them be to get love on their projects. So yeah, if you don't like that, then you can go watch the news. But in the meantime, check out Brand by Antonio, Brice, and Kanan White. Kanan White will also be working on a cover for Detective Dead, and you might see some other stuff from me hanging out.
Thing is definitely, like I said, he showed quite a bit of it on Ethan's stream last night. It was dope. So,
oh yeah, he did.
He's got Assessa coming out on Stranger Comics. I think the book is Niobe. Like I said, it's on. Like I said, they don't raise about $50,000. They don't, they don't need my help. But hey, they getting that money. They getting paper.
Well, the link to the IndiGogo for Brand is in the description below. So if you're interested in taking that any further, by all means, give that a look, give that a spin, and back it because it is a worthy endeavor. So my good friends are working on it, and I support it not just because my friends are working on it, but because it is a quality product. So give it a spin. All right, kids, I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. You have been an awesome crowd. You guys are on here nice and strong, and over 20 people, so that's good. Almost 30 around there. It was fun to see that number grow. Thank you, Antonio, for joining me today.
Not a problem, my friend.
You brought some spice to my life, and I love you for it.
All right.
Y'all, be good, be safe. God bless you all, and we will be talking very, very soon. Peace out.
Peace.